Are you kidding me, bro? I had the most perfect introduction. The most perfect introduction. I, I don't have a scripture. Now it's been man. Uh, yeah, yeah. Dang it! That's a win for the leftists. That's a win for the libtards. All right. I said it's not gonna sound the same, man. Dang it! I can't believe it. You know, the problem is that I had to do something else right before I remembered to unmute my mic because I don't want you guys hearing all these little blinks here and blinks there. But Saltwater is still the stream boss from this earlier live today. We actually had a good time. If you notice, if you are in my chat, if you are in my show, this is the Dennis Herrera show, and I welcome everybody in here. I would just ask that you please be respectful. Now, if I start calling you a moron or idiots or any of those retard or any of those names, probably because you ask for it. Now, if I say that and I didn't mention your name, you shouldn't really be jumping on that or shouldn't be replying to anything to that for that matter. So if you want to get offended by something, that's you. Remember, I don't know you unless I call you by name. I'm not referring myself to you. Okay, just to give you a little heads up on that. Let's see. Uh, who is lip tarded tonight, Dennis? We'll see who's going to be the first retard to come out. Let's see. Thank you, my man. Anyways, my first thing was just saying, where is Rush Babe? Yeah, yeah, that's lips are moving, but no words are coming out. Guys, is a small delay. Is a translation from the Chinese broadcasting channel. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera Show. All I ask is for you guys to be respectful to me. If you guys don't want me to call you out or and give you names like retard, idiot, and all this other stuff, just be respectful, and then you don't have to hear it from me. Now, on the other hand, it's if I say those words and I don't call you directly, well, if you jump off on the wagon and start yelling, cursing at me, I am going to assume that those words are actually for you. And you might just get kicked. That's just how that works, guys. But, anyways, I want to say hello to Saltwater, my brother, my man in the house, Tyler. Omar, I see you. Welcome, everybody. And I have my little reading glasses because I was doing some reading as well. Ozzy, good to see you in here, my man. Good to see you in here. Let's see. Rush Babe is here. Nolan, okay, okay. Welcome. One way or another, you're still welcome. Who else do we got in here before we start playing this video? I agree with everything he's saying, says Wildy. Man, I appreciate it. I appreciate compliments. I get more insults than compliments, it seems like, but it's all good. Uh-oh. Iron Dad knows. Dennis is at Home Depot, visit away from getting detained. La Migra, run! La Migra, run! That's how you know somebody's illegal when somebody starts yelling, La Migra, ice, ice. That's how you know somebody's illegal in the radar. There you go, the Everett plumber. Let's go. That sounds like a Washingtonian. I like that. I need a lot of Washingtonians to join the fight because next year, man, next year is going to be the beginning of a lot of battles. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to need every Washingtonian to come in, stand up, and show up. Show up. That's right. This is Gold Bar. That mountain right there. That's what's that rock called? That's called the Big Rock, I think it's called, or crack rock. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been such a long time, but this river right here that you're looking at on that picture used to be a lot more beautiful. And I say that because now there's a lot of logs that have come down into the shore in this spot right here that you see down here on the bottom right. A lot of trees have come and crashed in there. And before, it used to be a nice when there was like less water. It would be so calm, and then you can have this beautiful photo with still water, and man, it's just beautiful. I have a photo. I'll probably show you guys sometime. All right. So glad you're here, Mr. Everett Plummer. Glad that you're here. Cutting Edge, yo, what's happening? Oh, Cutting Edge, you are white now, man. What happened? I thought you had a color on you. Memberships have expired, guys. Let's see. Cheryl, how are you? Good to see you in here. Welcome back to the show. I appreciate every single one of you guys in here. Thank you for hitting that like button. You know I appreciate it. Tracer, welcome to the chat. We are going to go ahead and play. First of all, it's going to be the first full video, and this is like Pam Bondi talking and everything. I haven't watched this guy, so I don't really know what's in it, but I can tell you that this is the video. They say that they have found the J6 pipe bomber. Now, interestingly enough, I am going to, let's see, hey, Tonya, how are you? Tonya or Tony A. Zimmer. It's Tonya, right? Tonya. I keep calling you Tonya. I don't know if it's Tony or Tonya. I'm going to say Tonya. There we go. Saltwater says Tonya, so that's what we're going to call it. Welcome into the Dennis Herrera show, says my man. He tried to convict Letitia James. Don't worry, Jay. Don't worry. She's going to go back to court, and so is that traitor, Kami. Don't worry about it. There's plenty of time, guys. We are not in a rush. We are waiting for the right time. Everything happens in God's timing. It's just better that way. Trust me. It's a lot better that way. It's kind of like, you're expecting this big check, and all of a sudden, you don't get it. The check never comes, and you're like, oh, my God, I need this check. And you're forced to budget yourself just a little bit longer. And right before you know it, now you really need the money, and bam, the check just shows up right there, right at the time that it's supposed to show up. So be patient. Be patient. We will get those criminals in jail soon enough. All right, let's take a listen to the news. I am very curious. I want to know what's popping, what's happening, what's going on. Tell us, Fox.
Back to the news conference and the announcement. Listen.
To identifying the pipe bomber cannot be overstated. It is the resolve and determination of our investigators that ultimately led to the identification and the arrest of this suspect. We all know pipe bombs are dangerous, not because of the potential loss of life, damage to property, or injury that they can cause, but also because they are tools that terrorize our community. Fortunately, these bombs did not explode, although they certainly could have. But make no mistake, the alleged pipe bomber did terrorize our community. Today's actions underscore the long memory and the...
Hey, look, I think that's that black guy as well. You guys are winning, aren't you?
Long reach of the FBI and our partners. I know some people had given up on finding the perpetrator, but not the FBI and not our partners. We do not forget, we do not give up, and we do not relent. Though it had been nearly 5 years, our team continued to churn through massive amounts of data and tips that we used to identify this suspect. I want to thank Director Patel and Deputy Director Bongino for their leadership.
Typical Democrats.
And for providing us the resources and the personnel to reevaluate all of the data that we had. we dove into more than 3 million lines of data to come up with this suspect. Director Patel, Deputy Director Bongino, thank you for your support, thank you for your passion, and thank you for your investment in this investigation. From me, on behalf of the investigators, the Washington Field Office, and all of our partners, thank you. I'd also like to thank Judge Pirro. Judge, your team and you are absolutely amazing. You're the type of prosecutors and U.S. attorney that all of the investigators across the country want to work with. They're hard-nosed and they're aggressive. And thank you for that. I'd also like to thank the American public. The American public for providing tips and leads, not just on this case, but every day on cases across the country that are being solved by law enforcement. And finally, I want to commend all of the members of the Washington Field Office, and most specifically, the investigative team. Their diligence and persistence led to this arrest today, and they are absolutely, totally dedicated not only to this case, but every case they work. So thank you, Washington Field Office. Last, I will say our work is not done. The FBI will continue to pursue every lead and use every resource that we have to ensure that the D.C. pipe bomber is brought to justice. Thank you.
You keep hearing the words partnership and team, and that's what we are. And we could not do this without our U.S. Attorney, Jeanine Pirro. Jeanine, from day one, has worked tirelessly for our country and for our nation's capital. It's my honor to introduce my friend, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro.
Thank you very much, Attorney General. And you have been listening to a lot of thank yous and a lot of gratitude. The reason that we're thanking each other to the extent that we are today is because we have seen in this case an incredible collaboration around the clock, in the middle of the night. It doesn't matter. We call each other, we make contact, they need a warrant, they need something, someone wants legal advice. These are the men and women who never give it up. You hear about government employees, but I don't know if you really realize what it is that they do. They are incredible, and this case is big. 4 years, 10 months, and 28 days ago, an individual placed a bomb in the vicinity of both the RNC and the DNC. And for that amount of time, that individual evaded accountability. Today, as a result of the cumulative efforts of the men and women in the FBI and the police department and the Department of Justice, we are finally able to make an arrest of an individual by the name of Brian Cole. As the Attorney General has indicated, he is arrested for transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce, as well as the attempted malicious destruction by means of explosive materials. You know, folks, this case involved millions of pieces of data. And it is a huge win because it was like finding a needle in a haystack. So much of this evidence was very specific, but a lot of it was also very general. For example, there were 233,000 black end caps of the type that were used in this case. I want you to think about the fact that the FBI had to go through the sale of every one of them to try to find commonality with an individual, along with the purchase of the pipe itself, the cap ends, the wires, the steel, and the 9-volt batteries. Every one of those had to be mined and remined to the point where we were able to then connect. And make no mistake, it was this administration, it was this president who made the decision that we were going to use all of our efforts to get it done, and get it done they did. Finally, let me say this. Today begins the formal process of accountability, where this defendant will begin his journey through the criminal justice system. And I pledge to you that the United States Attorney's Office will take this case across the finish line. Again, thank you to the incredible work of the FBI, to the Attorney General, and to our local partners as well. This is a job that I think was well done.
Thank you. President Trump's directive to all of us was to not only make America safe again, but D.C., and to make it safe and beautiful. We could not have done that without our partnership with Mayor Bowser and Chief Smith. It is my honor to introduce Metropolitan Police Department Chief Smith.
Good afternoon, and thank you, everyone. I am Chief Pamela Smith, Chief of Police of the Metropolitan Police Department. Thank you, Attorney General Bondi, U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro, and FBI Director Patel for having me here today. For nearly 5 years, the agencies standing here today have worked together under the leadership of the FBI to locate our suspect who is responsible for the 2 pipe bombs that were placed around our city. MPD members assigned to the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force have supported this case from the beginning. That supports include looking, reviewing, and going through countless, probably thousands of hours of CCTV footage from around the DNC and RNC headquarters, and they followed up on hundreds and thousands of leads from members of our communities. What I will say today is that Washingtonians can rest easier today knowing that the suspect responsible for this act is now in custody. This morning's arrest is yet another reminder that committing any act with the intention of harming the residents and visitors of the District of Columbia will result in your arrest. The men and women of the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, the ATF, the U.S. Capitol Police, and certainly the prosecutors at our U.S. Attorney's Office will go to the furthest length. I heard somebody say to the end of the earth, but thank God we didn't have to go to the end of the earth today, that we were able to bring this subject into custody. I want to commend the men and women of the FBI and the members of the Metropolitan Police Department and all of the agencies who are standing behind me today on a job well done. I will turn it over now to Attorney General Bondi.
We're going to take some questions. Just remember, as I said in the beginning, this is ongoing. It's very active. The search warrants are still being executed. Many charges potentially to come. So just keep that in mind when asking your questions.
Jake, Fox News.
So you said it had been nearly 5 years, we all know that, and that you said there had been no new evidence. So can you say anything about the evidence that actually did lead to this arrest? And then secondarily, you're talking about additional charges possibly. Can you say what those you might be considering, or terrorism charges, or what?
We can't discuss new charges, of course, yet, ongoing. But what I will say is this is why this was so incredibly important, more than any other case, is this is in our nation's capital where this happened. And now, thanks to the FBI, we know that this defendant was living just miles away from here in Virginia. So as to the evidence in the case, I'm going to let Director Patel take that, but it's still very active and very ongoing.
Thank you, General. And as I stated earlier, and as the General has already reiterated, our job is to provide full accountability in the court of law with Judge Pirro's team. And in order to do that, we have to preserve the chain of custody and evidentiary value. What I will say generally is that when you go through 3 million lines of information, y'all can think about the amount of cell phone data that has to be ingested and triangulated and dumped and received. You also have to think of just sheer human ingenuity. We brought in a team of experts who are the best at what they do in their specific fields to reevaluate that evidence, to dive back in, and to not come back with a no for an answer until they had found the suspect. And when you develop evidence, you get a search warrant. And when you get a search warrant, you get an address. And when you get an address, you hit the house. And that's what we did.
Sadie, Wall Street Journal.
Hi there. So what can you tell us about this person's motivations and whether they were driven by politics or for any other reason why?
Right now, it's ongoing. Again, we just executed the search warrant early this morning. It's ongoing. But America's safer, DC's safer because he's in custody.
Mary Margaret, Daily Wire.
Thank you so much. So Any theory on why Kamala Harris is never mentioned coming within 20 feet of being assassinated, and any news on why her Secret Service team took so long to find this bomb at the DNC?
No, but what I will tell you is that evidence has been sitting there collecting dust. This wasn't a new tip. It wasn't some new evidence. It was the hard work of President Trump's administration, Deputy Director Bongino and Director Patel. I watched them from day one come in here and say, we are going to solve this crime. And they did, working hand in hand with U.S. Attorney Pirro and all of our great attorneys.
Pierre, ABC.
General Bondi, Director Patel, or Deputy Director Bongino, can you describe, was there a particular moment where the evidence is coming in and it's starting to look like progress is being made? What was the moment that you knew that you were on the road to solving the case?
Dan, you want to take that?
Yeah, sure. I was smiling at you because I certainly remember the moment. Darren remembers it too. He said, "Are you sitting down?" Called me on the phone. I said, "Oh boy, why? Is this bad news?" And he said, "I think we got him." What exactly that tip was, we're going to have to pass on that for right now while we're still, obviously we're in the prologue of a long book. This is just the beginning. This is not the end of the investigation, as you all well know, having reported on these for a long time. There's interviews to be conducted. The search warrant processing scene is not even done. So we're at the early stages, so that's the only reason I hesitate to tell you what the exact tip was. But yes, that was absolutely the moment, and it was due to the diligent and incredible work of a team in the Washington field office that came in and just scoured through this over and over and over and over again.
In general, was it forensic? Was it a phone call? Was it something about a vehicle?
I'd rather, we'll just leave it generally, forensic evidence. Yeah, it's fair enough to say.
What was that?
Excuse me?
How long ago that was?
I'd rather not say because of the ongoing interview process, and I don't want to. Yeah, of course.
I just want to add something to tell you how thorough this team was. That moment that was kind of like the aha moment, that wasn't the end. This team continued to work and work and work to get every bit of evidence that we could get. We didn't stop at that moment, and that's a testament to the fact that the team wanted every possible piece of evidence that they could gather.
One more?
Maybe one more, Kelly O'Donnell, NBC.
Thank you so much. Have you recovered the notable sneakers? Have you done surveillance of this suspect from that aha moment to when you exercised the search warrants today? And obviously this happened on January 5th into January 6th. How should the public look at this case separate from all of the cases related to what transpired on January 6th and the president's subsequent pardons?
I'm going to let Director Patel take the evidence part. We have to be careful. Again, you've asked very good investigative questions, but this is ongoing, very active. But America should feel safer today. We say a pipe bomb. These are bombs. These were live, active bombs that were placed in Washington, D.C. Director.
Thank you. This shows you how much detail you and the American public have paid attention to this case. Of course, we analyzed everything that you're seeing on this poster board and information that you will see through the formal charging process and court process. But we want to let that evidence speak for itself because, again, we do not want to disrupt the accountability that we owe the American public. Yes, you heard about the cell phone tower data. Yes, you heard about, of course, we surveil individuals who we think we're going to blow up American citizens. But how and when we do it and why we do it is not something we're ever going to reveal unless the Department of Justice deems it fit at trial. So we appreciate your attention to detail and your hardcore investigative work. But you can just imagine some of those same skills were being utilized by this FBI, this Department of Justice, our partners, the ATF, and everybody across the board. And this is an interagency win for the American people.
Was this suspect on your radar before?
Thank you guys very much.
Thank you all. And one more thing, this is the best birthday present I think Deputy Director Bongino could ask for today. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas.
Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, you bombs. Well, I will have to agree. We are also happy that it wasn't a white man. But, if it was a white man, we would have known about this news a long time ago. The whole world will know. It's funny. I looked on CNN and I was trying to find the press interview. There was no CNN reporters in there, apparently. I looked for live. I looked for videos. I looked for anything on there. They got nothing. Nothing. But the moment that something happened with, sorry about the picture, guys. I apologize. But the moment that something happens to where it might be something Trump related, oh my gosh, even the administration from Trump hasn't even got time to gather any information, and CNN, ABC, and MSN, they're right there already reporting. I find that very interesting. And I know that you guys do as well. We have to, man, I'm telling you, people think that we just hate Democrats. It's not the Democrats. Let's be realistic here. And let's be honest. I think a lot of Democrats are on our side as patriots, as Americans. The loyalty, listen, it's okay if you want to have a party. Okay, go for it. But the loyalty should be to the country. I updated the description on my profile for my channel. So if you care to see it, you can go to my channel's profile and take a look. Okay? I had to post in there the oath because I don't know in English. It's for me. Sometimes it's hard to remember specific words to use, but my oath is on there. So if you guys watch my shorts from earlier, thank you for hitting the like on those shorts as well. It does help me, guys. So, I don't like doing shorts too much, but, we got to do it. It's part of the job. But before we listen to Judge Janine here, I want you guys to please give me a moment of silence. It's not 5:30 a.m., but I need you to give me a moment of silence and just embrace the future of this country if we do nothing. Thank you. Fantastic. Now, if you didn't know the suspect that they're talking about, of course, Janine should be I try to get through it without laughing about it. Yeah. Well, this is the famous guy. Look, here's CNN's reporting now. Let's see what CNN says.
Brian Cole.
Okay, first of all, I want you to listen to who... Guys, folks, you cannot make this up, okay? Give me a second. I'm adjust it here for you guys. I'm adjust it right here for you guys. All right, you cannot make this up. This is CNN's awesome reporting, okay? Here we go. We're going to go ahead and play this. And listen to this. You see the picture of the J-6 bomber right there, right? Listen to Jake Tapper. Listen to what he says. Here we go, guys. Here we go.
Capitol attack. Brian Cole Jr., a 30-year-old white man from the D.C.
A 30-year-old white man. CNN, how low the mighty have fallen.
D.C. suburbs is charged with transporting an explosive device in interstate commerce and with malicious destruction by means of explosions. CNN observed local and federal law enforcement outside his home in Woodbridge, Virginia this morning.
30-year-old white man. Oh, man. You can't make this up, guys. You cannot make this up. Now, before we continue, I want to show you. So this is what the Somalis think here in our country. Okay, so be nice, guys. Be nice. We don't want to be racist. We don't want to be Islamophobe. We don't want to show any signs of Islamophobia, okay? We want to be respectful. So here you go, guys. I want you to just listen to some of this little snips. It's no big deal. Just little snips. Here we go.
Neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under...
Guys, I want you to listen because I want you to really understand where these people come from. We're humans. We got to give them a chance to speak their mind and to tell us what they believe and how much they love this country. So please be respectful, and let's just listen to the Somalis and see how they see themselves being the fabric of this great country of the U.S. of A.
Sharia law?
Sharia law.
Under American...
Just in case you missed it, I want to make sure you don't miss it, okay? Pay attention here. Libtards, stop typing. Listen.
Neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And do you find most of your friends feel the same way?
Yeah, of course. If you're Muslim, yeah.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority, you know.
The authority to that.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she is just she hid the religion. I understand, but she shouldn't pick up the prophet, you know.
So you understand why people would want to attack her?
Yeah.
If you had a choice, would you rather live here or would you rather live in a Muslim country?
I'd rather live in a Muslim country with my people.
Would you prefer to live in America or prefer to live in Somalia?
For me, I think it's Somalia.
I would rather live in Somalia. I'm not Americanized. I just speak fluent, and I'm, you know what I mean. I'm articulate, and I can articulate what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. That's about it. But other than that,
I can articulate what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to articulate everything that I say. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? What I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I mean, as far as my culture and my preferences and everything, it's still Somali. You know what I mean?
Even though here you have all the freedom and stuff like that.
And even though I have all the freedom,
I think life might be better in Somalia than here.
Because now you have the freedom of it of practicing your religion while working and doing your other things.
So, guys, no problemo. They'd rather live in Somalia. So why are they hating President Trump? They should be excited. Free plane ticket back to Somalia. Self-deport. Self-deport. Even if you got a citizenship or a green card or what, just self-deport. Go for it. When you love Somalia more than this country, you are garbage that we need to dispose of. Hey, they said it. They'd rather live under Sharia law. I can't wait for you to make fun of Muhammad so that they can kill you. You heard her. Yeah, that's what they do. And they will beat the mess out of you as well. Isn't that wonderful?
Neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living...
Hey, enough out of you guys. Enough. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Oh, no, we ain't going down like that, bro. Before we finish, okay, let me read the comment first. Islamophobia is a made-up word. If I remember correctly, someone at the UN, along with members of Wikipedia, created it about 15 years ago just to silence criticism of Islam. Don't be fooled, Dennis. I don't believe in Islamophobia. I don't have any phobias. I don't got gay phobia either. Oh, wait, they call it homophobia. Yeah, I don't have any of those phobias. I'm not afraid of these people. So I don't know what the hell they mean. But here is what I think. I think that Cutting Edge is the stream chat boss. And you know what time it is. Get jiggy with it. The big boss, el jefe, el patron. Cutting Edge. You the man. You are the stream chat boss. Hey guys, check this out. Look at here. Well. What do we have here? Look at this. Look at this right here. Look at this. Will you just look at it? Just look at it. Look at it. This is a fishing boat. You guys didn't know this. Now, Democrats, they don't know what a woman is, or a criminal, or a peaceful protest, or dementia, or which bathroom to use, but they sure can identify a fishing boat when they see one. Well, there you go, my friends. There you go. Berniel, good to see you, brother. I thought you was on vacation, having a good time down in Cabo, Mexico. The big boss just showed up. I'm about to say hello to our big boss, Berniel, in the house. He the man. He the man. All right, guys, I want you to look at this. This is a fishing boat. According to the Democrats, that is a fishing boat. Of course, what fishing boat will be complete without two motors, at least two motors? You know, when you're in deep water, you need a lot of power to get yourself out of harm's way. So, yeah, this is exactly what Democrats tell us, that it's a fishing boat right there. Now, I want to give credit to the person. This is Mike. What's Mike's name here? Mike Engelman. We're going to follow Mike. We're going to give him a follow. I don't normally use my X account, but sometimes I get some good information from there. All right. So everything I quoted to you, the what I said about Democrats can identify a woman, he's the one that posted this boat. I find it quite interesting. Very, very interesting. Let me see. Then I got another one for you. Let me see. We already got the Muslim. Yeah. You got CNN. We got that. Yeah. Now, here is another reason why. Let me turn this audio down. Now, while we wait, while we watch this little clip, you know I got to play the boss. Okay? Let me see. The boss is, how about right about here? Here we go, guys. This is another reason they hate President Donald Trump. You ready? Here we go. Oh, man, that's our POTUS right there. That's our POTUS. I am so proud to be an American. I can almost cry of how proud I am. It's something amazing I know the libtards don't understand this, but it's something amazing that, when you love something so much, you love it so much that it hurts. That's how much I love this country. That's how much I love our POTUS, the President of the United States of America. Listen, don't get too caught up on the man that he was, on his history. Don't get caught up on who is called the POTUS. You can either be proud of him or you can reject him. A lot of you guys can reject him. I choose to love my president. He's doing amazing things. And there is nothing that haters can say that we will believe, because what we see with our own eyes is what we are sharing to the world. So I am very, very grateful to everything that he is doing. I really am. I'm really, really proud of him. Thank you so much, Mr. President. You are amazing. Very amazing. Let me see. I'm going to share something else here for you. There was another video that I had for you there, but I think it's this one. Let me see. Let's
Yeah, I mean, I'm.
Let's see. Let's see what kind of mischief she is trying to talk about our POTUS. Let's take a listen.
Not shocked because we know that the president oftentimes resorts to very bigoted, xenophobic, Islamophobic, racist.
I just want to point out, bigot, xenophobic, Islamophobic, racist. Isn't she the same woman that said that white men are evil? Isn't she the same woman that was being racist against white people? Isn't she the same woman that kept saying that her president is the Somalia's president? Isn't she saying that the Somali people are the fabric of the United States of America? Are you freaking kidding me? This little, I wish I can say the words. I wish I can say it. I mean, I can. Out of respect for some people, I don't want to say it. There's females in here. But you females can go ahead and say it. I think you can type that in the chat. This person right here, yes, if you saw my shorts today, video shorts, of course. If you saw my shorts today, this is the same one that married her brother so that he can get some papers. This is the same woman that said her fealty, her loyalty belongs to the president of Somalia. And as I had shared with you earlier today, there is an oath that we have to make in order to become an American citizen. And she has broken that oath. Just in that oath alone, I think she can get deported. It doesn't matter if she's a citizen right now. She can get deported. And then she can go back to Somalia with the rest of her happy citizens that rather live under Sharia law and that love Somalia more than the United States of America. Is that fair? I think that's fair. I think all this garbage can just go right back to the trash where they belong. I have no sympathy. I have no empathy for any of them. And the only reason why I would have any empathy or sympathy is if they said, we love the United States of America. We love the President of the United States of America. You know what? He's doing so much. This is how I would defend them. But when they tell us that we are garbage, don't defend them. They're the garbage. They're the haters. They're the biggest. They're the fascists. They are everything that they are calling us in the book. So I don't care what you little libtards think about my opinion. An ungrateful mouthful like this needs to get the hell out of our country. She even said it. She doesn't care if she gets deported. She says she has plenty of money. She's independent. She's an independent, strong woman. Don't defend her. If these idiots want to go back to their country, let them. If they say the country is so awesome, well, let them go there. They know it's not true. They're all refugees. They do. They're all refugees. Go to my profile and read the oath. As a matter of fact, why don't I put this oath for you so you can read it yourself? You go ahead and read to me what that says. Go ahead and tell me I hate the Constitution. Read that. And you tell me if she's following that oath. Oh, man, I got the wrong one. Dang it. That's not the one I want you to read. But here, let me see if I can pull it on my profile. Yeah, pull it from my profile. There we go. Let's see if you can read that. I put that on my profile for a reason. Go ahead and read that. If you guys are retarded and illiterate and you don't know what the Constitution says, that is the oath that we have to make in order to be American citizens, naturalized American citizens. That is the oath. Get your glasses on if you can't read it. If you bother to go and read information about my profile, you will know what that is. She is mental, James. You're right. United States is getting stronger daily. We will never forget this. That's right. We have to continue fighting. We have to continue telling the truth. We are not going to be politically correct. We don't give a crap about this emotional little wusses that we have in our country. We're going to stand strong and tall because we are right to defend this country. Read that oath. That's right, SoCal. Read that oath. Read that oath. I don't care what any of you leftist mofos say. Read that oath. And tell me that when she says that her president is the Somali president while she's a congresswoman. Read that oath. Read that oath. We don't serve Israel. We help each other. I will never forget. I was watching that on TV in disbelief. We will not. I am so glad President Donald Trump is our president. He's going to get rid of this garbage. And CNN and all these losers can try to make him look bad. I don't care. No, James, this is my show. Welcome to the Dennis Herrera show, mofo. You shut up. That's right. It's all effed up. Read that oath. Read it. Read it. Read it. You ungrateful bastards that don't love this nation. You unlawful, dumb-ass Americans. You guys are the problem in this country. You guys are the haters. Read that oath. Read it. Defending damn terrorists. Defending damn criminals that are destroying our economy, our country, the freedom of our people. Over here trying to make us follow Sharia law. We follow the United States of America law. No some government Islamic bullcrap terrorist organization. That's the oath, the United States of America, if you want to become an American citizen, and these people are traitors. And you fools who think that the Constitution belongs to everybody, you guys are idiots. I am glad that more than 90% of my subscribers, of my patriots that are on my side, agree that it belongs to American citizens. Everybody agrees that we, the people, means American citizens, not foreigners. Let's go. Let's go. That's including you. You see that? You responded. So yes, including you. It's hot in here. It's hot. It's hot. But you have to hear the truth. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. How can I defend them? At least I want to hear we love the United States of America. We are thankful for the help. But they're arrogant. They don't deserve my pity. They don't deserve my empathy. They sit here and they're pooping on you. And you want me to say nice things about them? Come on, man.
Rhetoric when he is trying to scapegoat and deflect.
Okay, I can't listen to her. I'm starting to not really dislike her more than I should. I'm borderline from hating this woman. I am borderline from hating this traitor. And I'm just more pissed off that she gets away with it. Oh, that triggers me. I'm not going to lie. That triggers me. It triggers me that, oh my gosh, dude, the foreigners get to do whatever the hell they want with Americans. Where's your American pride? Or do you not have one? Do you care about this country? If you don't, keep talking shit. I see you. All-Star, you're not American, bro. You're in the same category as these guys are. You guys are shit. That's what that is. We are not going to be politically correct in our country. Yes, I came from another country, and the difference is that I love this place. I love this country. And I do follow the Constitution. But some nincompoops believe that the Constitution that is for the American people belongs to every foreigner. You guys are so stupid. Terrorists are becoming citizens, and they are taking away the power in government, and you don't even see it. Tlaib Rashid is another traitor, raising her Palestinian flag, cursing your president, cursing all of us that voted for President Trump. Palestinian flag. Her loyalty also belongs to Palestine. She made an oath. She broke that oath. She should get deported. And if she was born in the United States of America, and every single one of those morons that were born here, and they stand against the United States of America and support Palestine, you guys are traitors and should be treated as such. I'm telling you right now, man, everybody says that on their channels. Civil War II is so close. And you idiots don't appreciate the peace that we have right now. You think the economy is bad right now? You think that this country is doing bad right now? You think that this invasion of illegal immigrants in our country is going to protect you? You got another thing coming. I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't grow some common sense soon, we are at a tipping point. We are this much from falling. We're almost this much from falling. If you don't balance it, this country is going to fall. All right. Go ahead, mods. Just get rid of everybody that does not support President Donald Trump. This is a MAGA night, country night. Get rid of everybody that says anything negative about President Donald Trump and what we're speaking. Forget about your freedom of speech. You traitor bastards don't have that freedom today. I want only American patriots on this channel tonight. Only Americans. Everybody else, get the hell off my chat. Do me a favor. Self-deport yourself out of my chat. And what does that mean, Joshua? What do you mean I'm not going to make it? Make what? I absolutely pay tax. And that's not how you spell tax. Go ahead. Make threats. Make threats. These people think that they can threaten us and that we're not going to continue to use our freedom of speech. They think that we're not going to exercise our rights. See, that's how I know that everything I'm saying is true. Even these haters that subscribe to my channel just to see when I come on so they can come and talk shit. See, these people got me twisted. They don't think. See, they think I'm a different kind of Christian. I'm not that kind of Christian. I'm a Christian that fights back. I'm not the type of Christian that you can just abuse. I'm not going to let you use me and abuse me. I will defend myself. I am not that kind of Christian, my friend. And I am also an American citizen that will fight for this country. Just look at the movement that happened with Charlie Kirk. Millions and millions became awoken by his death. You guys keep digging that grave for yourselves. We will keep speaking the truth. And if it's time to go, then let's go. Let's go. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. We are all just passengers. We're all just passing by on this life. We're all passing by on this earth. Yeah, okay. So are we all here? Are we all patriots in this chat? We can continue speaking freely? Kevin, when somebody starts threatening my life or threatening me because I'm using my freedom of speech, they don't get to speak no more. F them. F them. You don't want to have respect for me? Then get the hell off my chat. That is my rule. I don't care if you want to use your freedom of speech. Go do that in your house. Go do that on the street. This is my chat. This is my channel. And I want just American patriots on this channel. If you disagree with me, then get the hell out of my channel. It's very simple, guys. I made it very clear. If you believe America first, stay on my channel. If you believe that Americans should be respected and their rights, stay on my channel. If you believe that the Constitution is for the United States of America citizens, stay on my channel. If you respect the law and you want this country to be the best, stay on my channel. If not, get the hell out of my channel. I don't care if you believe in God or not. I don't care. But you got to be for the United States of America. Otherwise, you're just garbage in my channel. And I'd rather you not be here. Just get the hell off my channel. Very simple. Very simple. With that being said, I don't care about your religion stance. Muslims, they worship Muhammad. I don't care how you say not all Muslims are the same. Not all. No, ask any Muslim. Do you worship Muhammad? Every single one of them is going to tell you yes. And who was Muhammad? He was a pedophile. Married an 8-year-old little girl, but didn't have sex with her until she was of age. And that was 9 years old. Unbelievable. I don't care what time you're living. That is crazy. So no, I used to say that it's okay, to be Muslim. Not anymore. Because it seems like the more that we are okay with it, the more we lose our country. Mosques are being made out of Christian churches. If you sit here, Kevin, and talk about Jesus and you want to be Jesus follower, Tell me, why would you support Muslims that are taking over churches? If you stay quiet, my friend, you're gonna lose your country. You're gonna lose your freedoms. You heard it from their own mouth. Maybe you were not here for it. Let me go ahead and go back to it. Let me play it again, and let me tell you what the Muslims think. Let me tell you what the Somalis think, the ones that you're defending.
Living under a
But pay attention. We can't be playing this all night for you.
neighborhood of Minneapolis. Do you feel more comfortable living under American law, or do you feel more comfortable living under Sharia law?
Sharia law. I'm a Muslim. I prefer Sharia law. Sharia law, yes.
You prefer Sharia law over American law?
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
And do you find most of your friends feel the same way?
Yeah, of course. If you're Muslim, yeah.
He can make his daughter marry somebody.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he can. He has the authority, you know.
The authority to that.
Yeah, to do that. Yeah.
So here, how young do you think it's okay?
Yeah, 15.
Is it right to kill somebody who insults Muhammad?
Yeah, because she is just she hate the religion. I understand, but she shouldn't.
It's okay to kill somebody if they insult Muhammad. Yeah, go ahead and keep defending that religion, you morons.
Pick up the prophet.
Oh, I'm sorry. There's only patriots left in here, right? Okay.
You know.
So you understand why people would want to attack her?
Yeah.
If you had a choice, would you rather live here or would you rather live in a Muslim country?
I'd rather live in a Muslim country with my people.
Would you prefer to live in America or prefer to live in Somalia?
For me, I think it's Somalia.
I would rather live in Somalia.
I'm not Americanized. I just speak fluent, and you know what I mean. I'm articulate, and I can articulate what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean. That's about it. But other than that, I mean, as far as my culture and my preferences and everything, it's still Somali. You know what I mean.
Even though here you have all the freedom and stuff like that?
And even though I have all the freedom.
I think life might be better in Somalia than here.
Because now you have the freedom of it, of practicing your religion while working and doing your other things.
Neighborhood.
Any questions? Yeah. Islam is the religion of the pedophiles. Yeah. Send them all back. Yeah. Ice baby, let's go. You hear them from their own mouth. They're saying it themselves. Trump is simply the best. I love it. Why come here where women have equal rights if you'd rather live under Sharia law? It's beyond me. But we're the racist. Yeah, because they can mess with kids. That's one of them. You heard this lady. It's okay for a man to marry her 15-year-old daughter. They say 15 because some states actually have a lower age than 18. I don't know which one of those states they are, but I guess there is. So everything that I say when people want to judge me for getting angry at this injustice, of course I'm going to get angry when I see injustice. I can't believe this. That's right, Lek. Wake up. That's right, my man. Yeah. Rod says, Benjamin, how is he brainwashed? These are the actual people that are Islamic replying to the question. I don't think they pay attention to the videos that I'm showing. They're just so busy hating and typing insults, they don't listen. This is their own people. They say this. They don't want to assimilate to the United States of America's culture. They say we have no culture. That's right, we. Trump's followers are all Americans. Asians, Hispanics, all kinds of ethnicities and backgrounds and cultures. We're all together as Americans. This is a melting pot. And I can tell you that there's a lot of things that Africans and Europeans and South Americans and all these people copy from us. Everybody copies everybody. Everybody copies everybody. Bye, Le Freedom. Not today, bro. Oh, time is on my side. Yes, he is. One of my favorite patriots. Time on my side. Thank you for the super chat. I'll insult them myself like I did while in Afghanistan and Iraq. They couldn't stop me then either. Let's go, baby. That's the kind of Americans I want to hear on my chat, not these little pussy flakes that come in here. Oh, I guess I said it. Pussycats. All these pussycats that come in here. That's right. We're not going to back down. We're not going to back down. I want patriots to join my channel, doggone it. I want Americans to join my channel. No these weak-ass flakes that come over here and put illegals before Americans. I don't know what the hell Marvin Bernal said there, but because I don't understand, I think he gets a pass. Dennis, you're pretty much right. They're not even actually paying attention to the video. They're just insulting by the very concept of it being played, that the cognitive dissonance prevents them. Thank you, Brian. Exactly, Dennis. You come to America to be an American. Absolutely. 100%. If you don't want to, listen, hey, if you don't want to be American, don't come to this country. It's very simple. I don't think there's anything, I mean, what else am I supposed to say? Hey, good for you. You hate us? Hey, welcome. Well, come on in. Here, get some food stamps. Hey, don't worry about it. $1 billion scamming? Psh, it's no big deal. Yeah. The community is fantastic. I love your rice. Unbelievable. These guys want this. This is what they want. They want you to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to this. And there is a mosque 1 block away from this one as well. This is what they want Americans to do. Let me tell you something. If you don't understand why we are upset, if you happen to be a libtard and you are still in my chat, the reason why we are upset about these people, look at the difference between the life that we have in America. Look at our life here in America. And they're going to tell me, see, they're so, if you want to see somebody brainwashed, it's these people. It doesn't matter how much they suffer in Somalia. The little bit of time, the 10 years, the 20 years that they have spent here in the United States of America has made them forget what it's like to be in Somalia. Why don't we take a look and see what they say about Somalia. I think we need to learn something here. Let me see. This is a couple of years ago, I guess. We can look at this.
It's an urgent fight against one of the world's biggest terror threats, Al-Shabaab, an arm of al-Qaeda that has been terrorizing Somalia for nearly 2 decades. Their targets, citizens, government officials, and diplomats in southern and central Somalia, even attacking civilians in neighboring Kenya and Djibouti. The terror group is the largest and richest al-Qaeda affiliate. They overpower the Somali forces in sheer number of fighters and in weapons and equipment. The terror network has shown no mercy in trying to topple the government and take over the country to establish an Islamic State. We embedded with U.S. forces training the Danab, elite Somali military troops, as they participated in live fire drills, hand-to-hand combat, and learned how to face their biggest threat from Al-Shabaab, roadside bombs or IEDs.
Look how much more beautiful Somalia looks compared to the United States of America. I'm telling you, these people are retarded, man.
IED training?
Ungrateful. That's the word, ungrateful. So ungrateful, like many entitled Americans that are in here defending these people. Man, you got to reward them when they do something good, but when they don't, you got to go off on them. You got to teach them. Sometimes you got to teach them respect. They got to be hit hard.
Takes place here, which is very important in Somalia.
This is the senior enlisted Navy SEAL in charge of working with the Somali troops. We cannot identify him for security reasons.
IEDs pose a significant problem, so some of our troops provide that support as well. And basic marksmanship, patrolling tactics, small unit warfare tactics.
Officials here say as many as 2 of every 5 of these new Danab. The Somali government has asked the U.S. to train more Danab.
Most of them look alike. There's a lot of inbred right here. A lot of inbred. Now, you might not think that's a big deal. Thank you, Wicked. I appreciate you, Patriots. Thank you so much. If you're not a Patriot, get the hell off my chat. I'd rather have 100 Patriots in here than 1,000 morons. You think I'm joking? Look at these guys. They're inbred. A lot of them. There's like a very little distinction in a lot of them, but most of them have the same exact features. They're inbreds, and if you haven't noticed, if you don't know, there's a study that says that when you have a lot of inbred like this, they're actually retarded. I'm serious. It's not a joke. Man, that sounds like freaking Sleepy Biden. It's not a joke, folks. I'm serious.
As many as 5,000 and to lift an arms embargo.
That we all have to take very seriously.
Another human aspect, the population here is.
Look at that. Screw the freeways over here in America. Look at that beautiful, beautiful desert. Man, that's the best type of migration we have. Right there. Best migrant, right? That's how you travel, guys. This is why Somalia is a lot better than the United States of America. Isn't that wonderful? You guys, we're missing out. We got to go, guys. We're missing out. We should migrate to Somalia. Yeah, there's a lot of fireworks that we can play with.
Vulnerable. More than 90% of the country's wheat comes from Russia and Ukraine, which remain locked in a fierce war.
Does that look familiar? What does that look like? Anybody? Guess. What does this remind you of right here? What does that remind you of right there? What does that remind you of right there? Go ahead. Give me some names. Do they have ice in Somalia? They definitely don't have ice in Somalia. Yeah, you can say whatever you want, Big Bang. But you will not learn unless you have somebody go tough on you. You will not learn until you hear the truth straight up. Go ahead. What does this look like to you? Definitely not red state. Well, maybe some red state. California, number one guess. Anybody else? What does that look like? Yeah, let the countries right next to them help them. You know what? They're all going through the same shit. That's why. Alabama? Oof, I don't know about Alabama. Guys, I only know about my town, okay? I only know about the West Coast. It is a third world country, and that's exactly how they come to the United States of America. And let me point something out to you. If you don't assimilate, you will always have that mentality right there. This mentality is what you will keep if you don't assimilate. Arizona. Okay, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I thought I'll get Mexico. Yeah, that is one of them. That's right. And that is one of the problems with migrants just come in here, invading and just being accepted by corrupted judges like the ones that get fired, the ones that we talked about earlier today. They got fired for just giving asylum to over 83% of the applicants. Hundreds of thousands of people, can you believe that? No, that you're there to make sure that Chicago, yes, to make sure that only people that really qualify for it get into this country. Am I right? Thanks for the super chat, Cutting Edge. And they say for us as Christians, they measure shirk in the Quran because to them we're second-class citizens. We're not even second-class citizens. We are fallen angels. Did you forget that the Arab Muslim? You remember what she was saying about the American police officer? You're beneath me. You're beneath me. You're a fallen angel. I'm Arab Muslim. I'm Arab Muslim. Remember that? You're beneath me, she's saying to the police officer. Americans, white people, you guys are fallen angels. You're beneath me. Man, I'm telling you, man, we listen to all this stuff in here, man. We are infidels to them. Don't get it twisted. They're not here to be friends with you. They will use you and abuse you. See, they'll only be nice to you and use your own belief, your own moral beliefs, because whether you like it or not, the morals that we have in this country are Christian based. You know what? Speaking of Christian based, I actually saw a clip. I just remember that. Let me see if I can find this clip. I hope that it shows in my history, because when I watch these videos, I know that I want to share them, and then I lose them. Please tell me I got this. Come on, history. You know what? I'll look it up. Give me 1 second. Let me look it up. I will look it up. It was somebody that was actually, they had a very good point and description. Man, I got thousands of videos that I've been watching. Here we go. Here we go.
Well, this is the Bible.
Hold on. Listen to this guy right here. Listen to this guy. You may have seen this already. I want you to listen to this guy.
Bible that came out in 1782. It says, and this is the Bible that came out in 1782. It says, and they, Congress, recommend this edition of the Bible to the inhabitants of the United States. So the first Bible printed in English in America came with the approval, the authorization, the endorsement of Congress. But what's more interesting is Robert Aiken, when he made his petition to Congress on why they should do this, he said, we have a Bible shortage in schools. And then Congress gave an endorsement in the records of Congress. One of the things they agreed to was we needed more Bibles for schools. It was, quote, a neat addition of the Holy Scriptures for the use of schools. Congress not only agreed to approve it, they then endorsed. The reason we have the first Bible in English in America was in part so that we would have it in schools. And I know that there's probably going to be people that would come and testify and say, wait a second, but separation of church and state, you can't have religion in schools. The founding fathers believed in separate institutions, but not secular institutions. The very idea from the Declaration was that there's a God who's given us rights, and government's job is to protect those rights. To pretend like we can't acknowledge God, well, then we're risking losing those God-given rights. Well, this is the
Wow. That's amazing right there. This man, very smart. See, I can't memorize and remember all that stuff. But that is right. That is correct. That is correct. What you guys think about what he said? No, look at this. ABC, surviving Somalia. Damn. Right at the beginning? I want you to notice something. Watch this. I want you to look at her face right here. Look at her face. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller, and then I want you to see the reaction behind her. Okay, maybe right there. I want you to look at her face. Listen. You got to listen. Look at her face, and then look at the reaction behind her. Let me see if I can get this in there. Watch this. Everybody in the back flinched and looked around except for that woman. You see what I'm talking about?
is one of the most.
So I point that, guys, I just pulled this video up. This is what I do. This is what I do. I pulled the video up. You see me. This is the first time I'm watching this with you. You have to understand that you have to understand.
Most dangerous and devastated places on earth.
You have to understand that there is a lot of people like this woman right here.
There's
Nothing. Nothing. Somebody could have died. Somebody might have been killed. Nothing. No reaction. She's used to it. Whatever happens, it doesn't matter. And then the other people react, but, well, they got to stay there with the group. Now tell me. You see, I want you to understand something. I want you to understand something. And I thank you, Patriots, for staying with me. I want you to understand something. Somalis have been here for what? 3 decades? Right? The refugees that we have in Minnesota? 3 decades? Okay. Some of the guys that they interview, they're at least, they're less than 3 decades old. Maybe in their 20s. Maybe some are over 30. Some of them you can tell they're older. But I want you to understand this. They don't know what they're talking about. They think playing religion, a pedophile religion at that, they think that playing religion is going to save them from their doom. They say they want to live in Somalia. They'd rather live there and be practicing Sharia law in Somalia, but that's because they're used to the comfort of the United States of America. And that happens with a lot of Americans that live here. This is what we call rotten, spoiled, entitled. The word entitled doesn't mean what it really supposed to mean. Entitled just means that you think that you deserve it, but you don't deserve it. What you should be is grateful that you have something good, cherish it, protect it, fight for it. We're fighting with our voice. And when these people hate what we say, they threaten with violence, physical violence. We're using words. And they threaten us with physical violence to extinguish our very life because of our words. Think about that. That's the kind of people that we have allowed in this country.
All while most of the world...
thanks for the super chat, bro. My bad, man. I got to concentrate on what I got to say sometimes. When they get to the majority, you know, because they use the method of Muhammad, Medina, and later Makkah. Medina, have peace with your enemies, but don't tell them. And Mecca, attack and make them submit. Oh, man. You're getting too religious, man. You're getting too religious. Knock it off with that knowledge. You might get corrupted. That's true, bro. Man, that looks like an awesome city.
And when people are in the move, there is nothing that is going to...
Draconi, what does that say? Draconi says, the First Amendment of the United States Constitution guarantees the freedom of religion, the free exercise clause, protecting a person's right to worship any faith. I agree, brother. I agree. I know, and that's a big mistake, but I agree with you. What I want to see, okay, from Muslims, what I want to see is that they deny, that they reject Sharia law, that they reject jihadists, that they reject... See, this is the problem with it, that even though we have the religion of the freedom of religion, that religion that they're following wants to destroy us. So what are we supposed to do with our First Amendment? You see what I'm saying? Like, that it's a problem. Don't get me wrong. I don't care what religion people are. I really wish that we can all get along. But they don't want to get along, bro. That's the problem. They don't want to assimilate. They want us to be speaking Arabs. Look at Dearborn, Michigan, bro. The police, even their own police is saying that they got the Arab writings on their uniform now. They have signs on the freeways and the streets in Arabs. They name streets in Dearborn, Michigan after terrorist Muslims, bro. That's what you have to watch out for. Yes, to the First Amendment. I get it, yes. But you got to fight back when those people are not just practicing the freedom of religion. You have to understand the base of Islam is from a government, a terrorist government. That's where Islam was created 600 years or so after Christ's death. You have to understand that. Buddhists, okay, they don't want to kill life. Okay, Hindus, they have like millions of gods, whatever. Just don't try to destroy America and put your shit over here. Keep that over there if you want to pro that. If you want to be here and you want to make a different type of Muslim religion, by all means, go for it. But the fact that you're still doing the same things that these terrorists do, what can we say? I hope that that makes sense to you, my man. Thank you, Time. Time says, I grew up in the hood in California. That's how I react. Yes, she is used to it, and it's not a good thing to get used to it, too. That's right. There is a thing that I say that you lose your conviction. Conviction is great. Your conviction tells you something is not right. Something is there's danger. You should be a little stressed about it. You should be a little bit of stress with violence. And when you're not, that's got to be very dangerous. Very dangerous.
Somalia has a reputation for being a health.
Did you see that?
That is going to stop them.
Look at the security guy with a little stick. Huh? Do you see our soldiers, our National Guard doing that shit to us? No. They don't. See, but they would like to criminalize our National Guard. They like to criminalize our law enforcement.
Somalia.
Look how much better Somalia looks compared to the United States.
Has a reputation.
The clause prevents the government from establishing or favoring any particular religion, ensuring neutrality. Government forcing God on people violates that. Yes, I agree. Except our government is not violating the people's rights. They are our people, and they're not there to persecute law-abiding citizens. Man, hey, good comments, man. Thank you, Draken. I appreciate that. They're there to protect us, which is different. You know what I mean? Let's see. Rat says, Draken is, you mean like having prayer call in the middle of the morning when it's a violation of noise ordinance laws already established? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So some of the things they got to balance. And now I'm going to tell you this. I have never seen or heard this chant at 5:30 in the morning in the Muslim people that I know. This is happening on a different type of Muslim level. This is what we're talking about. We got to be very careful or we're going to be destroyed from within. That's not a joke. We are going to lose our country and our culture if we don't fight for it, if we don't stand up for it. See, I think sometimes I feel like, some of these rights are just maybe too nice. Maybe too nice. And these people, they are so hateful. They want to come over here and use that weakness that we do abide by those rights, that we do respect the Constitution. And they use our own Constitution against us so that they can get away with their bull crap. I mean, you got to be careful. I do like the comments. I appreciate that. Do you think that when migrants come from places like this, do you think that they're going to upkeep our way of life? Do you think that these kind of people are going to come in and make our ghettos very great? Or do you think that they're just going to make ghettos even worse? I mean, I look at the pictures of Minnesota, and I look at the areas where these people are, and they are just places that could have been so radiant, and yet they are so trashy. Why is that? As you look at them in here, and you take a look at that, and you see what difference do they know? If they have a rat-infested hole, they don't care. There's no difference. Do you think that these people are going to be really what the fabric of the United States should depend on? You really think these people are the fabric of this country? I just don't. I don't agree that people think that this is okay. When I hear a Muslim woman tell me that a man can tell any other person that they can marry their daughter at 15 because they have the authority, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it. All I know is that Somalia is not better than the United States of America. No, it's not. No way. No way. Let's see what Walsh has to say about this.
I could account for $8 billion in economic impact all by myself. I'm not saying I do. I could. Leftists are now rallying around the Somali scammers. This has been quite a couple of weeks on the left. They've been rallying in defense of Somali scammers and drug traffickers. So those are the two groups that they've decided to defend the last couple of weeks. And they're doing that, of course, because Trump has said that we should not be importing these people. They don't contribute anything. And I said yesterday that if he's wrong, say so. Tell us what Somalians contribute to the country. I think it's a really fair question.
It is.
Bringing in all these people, tens of thousands of people, I think it's fair to say, well, why are we bringing them in? What are they doing for us? What's in it for us? What do we get out of this deal?
Exactly. What do we get out of it? What did you say, Daconis? You live in Minnesota? Okay, good. What the right claims is vastly overrated. Okay. Many of these folks are decent people trying to make life better. No difference than places like North Minneapolis, Detroit, Queens. Well, you're talking about all the places actually that have been inundated with a lot of new immigrants that don't like to assimilate into our country. And that's probably why you don't see the difference. But the fact is that there is a lot of illegal immigrants in between those, and there is a lot of criminals in there because you see where they come from. You have to understand, you can grab a few people from countries like this, but when you start taking thousands and hundreds of thousands of them, there is more rotten apples than it is good apples. Maybe some people do. Maybe some people are nice people, but they are not giving anything to this country. They just don't care about this country. And the same people that the left is defending, they are the same people themselves. The Somalis themselves says that they like Somalia better than the United States of America, that they rather live there, that they rather live under Sharia law. You're in Minnesota, please go and talk to them and ask them those questions. So as a matter of fact, read the Quran before you go make an ass of yourself first. Read the Quran and learn about Muhammad. Ask them what will happen if somebody makes fun of Muhammad. Maybe Draconian was not, maybe he was not here. Maybe he was not here when I played the video. I'll play the video one more time. Let's see if I still have this here. I probably got rid of it, to be honest. Yeah, I already closed my ex account. But anyways, there's some yeah, let's not forget about the pirates in Somalia. Yeah. The point is that their own people, they're not grateful for this country. They don't defend it. Even the Congresswoman Ilhan Omar, my friend, even she claims her loyalty to the president of Somalia. Bro, that is an exact betrayal. That is a cancellation of the oath that she made to the United States of America to become citizen. So if you are in Minnesota, not North Minneapolis, has a large African-American population, same for Detroit, Queens, etc. Well, Detroit has been complaining about illegal immigrants over there, so the African-Americans or the black Americans are actually complaining about them. They have high crime rates, drugs, etc. What you're blaming immigrants for is already common here in America for years. Yeah, and believe me, immigrants are a big problem. This is what happens when you don't vet people in. And the problem is that if you don't, listen, if we just keep saying that this has been like this forever, it's never going to change. The reason why millions, now up to 50, they say, the reason why millions of illegal immigrants have invaded our country is because people keep saying that shit. People keep saying, oh, there's always been illegals in this country. This country is so big. Illegal immigrants, they're not going to cause harm. They just come here to work. Wrong. They have a loyalty to their country. How do I know? Well, look at the flags that they raise. What do you see? You see a lot of American flags being raised by Mexicans? Do you see a lot of flags being waved by Hondurans, Guatemalans, Venezuelans? Do you see those American flags flying everywhere? No. You see their country's flag flying everywhere. That's how I know they are a problem. They are a problem. You have to see that. You have to see that. I went to go eat at a Mexican restaurant today for lunch. I told you guys I was going to go get some tacos for lunch. And I sit there and I go in and I'm respectful to them. Oh my God. Tia, how are you? Auntie, how are you? Oh man, you're the best cook. And I'm wearing my 45, 47 hat. Bam! And she knows. I've come in there with Trump was right about everything. Not Trump was right about everything. I've come in with my white hat, Make America Great Again, and they haven't said shit up to me. And I can tell you, when I go in there, I compliment their food, I compliment their work. I don't go and say, hey, are you guys illegal by any chance? That's none of my business. As long as they behave, hey, listen, they're good people, they'll never get in trouble. But the moment that they get in trouble, they're going to be found out, they're going to come after them, and I'm going to sit there and watch and be like, well, can I just finish those tacos over there? That's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. What else do you have, Walsh?
I know what they get out of it, but what do we get out of it? Well, now they're taking a stab. The left is taking a stab at answering that riddle. And you can tell why they usually avoid it. Okay, they're taking a stab at getting away from the emotional appeals and actually trying to make a practical argument and say, you know what? We need Somali.
Number one, they're supposed to punish employers, but they don't. They don't, my friend. You are 100% incorrect. They're supposed to, but they don't. You are inherently racist because it took you forever to get off your green card. You said that yourself. No. 2.5 decades being a green card holder. That doesn't mean that I was not respecting the United States of America. You see, this is the problem with the little minds. You guys don't pay attention to what people say. Listen. Stop typing shit and listen. 2.5 decades, I was a green card holder. I respected the law, no DUIs, no criminal activity. My record's clean, my friend. I respected Americans all the time. I love the United States of America, but I cannot become an American citizen until I am truly, truly sure that my loyalty is going to be for America first. And that's when I made the change. So hopefully you remember that. I hope I don't have to explain that again. It's just like dating. You can date a woman for years, but you're not going to marry her until you're sure that that's exactly the woman that you're going to be faithful to, that you're going to be loyal, and that you're going to be happy with for the rest of your life. And that's how you make a decision. You don't just come to the United States of America and just get married into the country without love. That's the stupidest thing you can do. I know because I've done that before. Okay, GTO, get the hell out of my chat. You dumb-ass mofo. Just get him out. Get him out. Just block him. Don't let him come in here. What a dumbass. You make a comment. I'm answering honestly without an attitude to you, and you just come in and be disrespectful anyways. Get the hell out of my chat. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. I can't stand that shit.
In this country.
This keyboard warriors behind there, I don't appreciate people like that.
Because here's what we get out of it. Here's the local ABC affiliate in Minneapolis attempting to address this.
Back to tonight's top story. Sources tell ABC News that immigration efforts targeting Somali Minnesotans are underway in Minneapolis. President Trump's effort comes after he publicly questioned the community's contributions to the economy.
But new research shows Somali Minnesotans generate hundreds of millions in income and millions more in taxes. Kamaria Bray joins us live in Minneapolis with a look at the data.
Well, Kevin and Lindsay, we are at Hamdi Restaurant on East Lake Street. This is a Somali-owned business, and we talked to the owner who says he works very hard and pays his dues like many Somalis in the state, and he hopes that the president can recognize it. At Hamdi's Restaurant on East Lake Street, if it's not the smell of grilled meat that lures you in,
this is the rice.
It's the welcome of the owner.
We are working hard, family. We are working 7 days a week.
Abdi Shakur Elmi moved to Minnesota from Somalia in the 90s. He and his family have run the restaurant for decades.
Like me and my dad, we work very hard every single day.
And it's their labor that's being questioned by the President of the United States.
These are people that work, they contribute nothing.
But that contradicts the research from Concordia University's economist, Dr. Bruce Corey.
I can share that information with him and he probably change his mind.
According to his research, Somali income is at least $500 million in Minnesota. They pay $67 million annually in state and local taxes.
The estimated impact of these workers, the Somali workers in Minnesota, could be about $8 billion. That's with a B, not an M. And it's the way what they help produce and how that production.
Listen, if these people are legal, if these people are not the ones causing the problem, they're fine. They're fine. They're hardworking. I respect that. That's exactly what we want. They don't ask them the right questions, though. Okay? Where does your loyalty lie? Do you put America first or do you put Somalia first? That's very important. It's very important. And if they say that they're American citizens, every single one of them is violating their oath. Now, let me give you an example, and I hope this kind of sticks with you guys. Listen to this. I'm going to give you an example just from here, from Washington State, because I have calculated this before, okay? I want you to understand something. And I know my patrons are listening. If you're a libtard, thank you for not typing. And listen. In a family of four, listen to this, please. In a family of four, with an income of about $38,000 to $40,000 a year, you qualify for free health care and you qualify for SNAP, food stamps. You're good. You're good. Family of four. And if there's housing available, of course, anybody can qualify if they're Americans or residents. In this case, illegal immigrants are getting that benefit as well. But let's keep it that we're legal, okay? Everybody's legal. Everybody's legal. Here we go. Pay attention to the math. Family of four, they get benefits, food stamps, health care. That adds up to over $75,000 in benefits. And that's just being on the very bottom of benefits. You guys know how that works. Mind you, it's not just the monthly $700 for family health care. No. It's the health care, the charges, the thousands and tens of thousands of charges every time they go to the clinic, blood samples, preventive, when they get sick, emergency, etc. Just one visit at the emergency room was $6,000. I talked about this a few times already, okay? Now listen, pay attention. That's just one emergency visit for out of 6 people. So family of 4, I'm sorry. So 2 parents, 2 children. Now here's the kicker. A family of 4, if you're working and you're making $40,000 a year, I said 35 to 40, but $40,000 a year, you pay about maybe $1,800 in federal taxes. Pay attention. $1,800 in federal taxes. How much do you think that this family of 4 gets back on their tax returns? Somebody put a number on the chat. Anybody. They pay $1,800 worth of federal taxes. It's a family of 4. How much money do you think that they get back on tax refunds? Put a number on the chat. Anybody. That's true. That's true. That's true, Chris. Ah, damn, Trinity. Way too far. Salt water's right on it. They get about $9,995 back, almost $10,000 back. So, in reality, they got about $8,000 back in tax returns. So when you think about this place saying that Somalians pay $8 billion in taxes, well, Chris just made a good comment right there, right? They get some kickback, stipend per head. Okay, they get that. And then they get the refunds, right? Who knows? I don't know how much the refunds are over there. But I'm just giving you an example here from Washington because there is Somalians here in Washington State as well, okay? And then not only that, but all the money that they actually get in food stamps and health care. How much money do you think they get for a family of 4 in food stamps? I'm telling you, it really, if you're good with a budget, it pays off. It pays off not to work too hard. It pays off. You got full health care. You know, maybe you don't have, you know, the luxuries that you would, but you pay free health care, you get free food, plenty of food, you know what to eat. You got the right to be fat. And you got all of that, plus you get an extra $8,000 back in taxes. Now, in Dearborn, they added that they are going to give an extra $4,500 if you're pregnant or if you have a child. Under 1, I think is what they said. So think about that. Now, there is no limit of how many children. Yeah, food stamp is anywhere between $800 to $1,200 a month. Okay? So when they say, and the reason why I know this is because a long time ago, somebody said, oh, illegal immigrants, they pay about $100 billion in taxes. And I'm like, okay. Well, let's take a look. If they pay taxes, they get refunds because they fall under the same bracket of if you report your taxes and you overpay taxes, you get a refund. That's how socialism works. This is how we redistribute wealth amongst the people. Okay? I don't get money back. Well, now that I'm doing this, I'll probably get some money back next year, and I can't wait because the big, beautiful bill is retroactive, meaning I'm going to get some cash back on my overtime that I worked, and I'll be able to go ahead and claim up to $10,000 on my expensive high-interest loan on my American car. Thank you, President Donald Trump. Thank you, the United States of America. Thank you for the rich people that are out there paying 70% of our taxes. Thank you for the billionaires that are making corporations that provides hundreds of thousands of jobs so that other people can work. Thank you for the billionaires for paying your share. And sorry for the morons that keep thinking that you should pay more. Forgive them, for they not know what they do. But if you are rich, hey, I appreciate you, and I take donations anytime, but you are not forced to it. And I don't envy you. I admire you for your success, okay? That is something that people don't understand. You can say I'm over here brown-nosing, bootlicking, and all this other stuff, but let me tell you something. I can either be an asshole and hate them and say tax the rich and all these stupid comments, but that's not going to get me anywhere. That's not going to help me be a better person. That's not going to help me get better. I know right now is a struggle and I'm going through all this stuff, but you know what? Every day we learn. Every day we learn. Draconic, we'll find out. I'm with you on that. It's okay. No. I am with him on that. With the he said it's a laugh you think that Trump's not taxing OT. No. I am with you on that. I'm waiting to see how good it is. Okay, that's what I'm waiting for because we won't know. Have a good night, Iceman. Good evening. You just come in. We have to see how actual beneficial it was. Now, if you didn't work overtime, you ain't gonna get jack squat. So if you work like 100 hours overtime, wow, you're gonna get something back. Not much, but you get something back. If you work 10 hours overtime, you ain't gonna see shit. Now you ain't gonna see jack, and that, my friends, I will laugh at. Okay. So again, these people paid $8 billion, $8 billion in taxes. Not only, yes, it's retrofit. You know what that means, right? Draconic? It's retrofit. Right now, you should still be getting taxed on your overtime. That doesn't kick in until 2026. So you should be able to see a difference next year, okay? Let's see. It's just a couple of months before you see a difference. So towards by the end of January, you should see a difference. If you work overtime, if you don't work overtime, you probably won't even notice the difference, okay? Right now, you should be getting taxed, but it's retrofit to the beginning of 2025. So don't worry, just hang in there, bro. We'll see what happens, okay? We'll see what's popping. I'm looking forward to the tax returns next year, and I want to see what's up. You know, if everything is good, we have a couple of things that my members know that we're doing. In May, there is an opening to put your name on the ballots. And we are still hoping 100% that we're going to do it. We'll see how that goes. You know, whether we win or not, that's up to God. But we're going to fight. There's a lot of things. I'm going to tell you right now, guys. There's a lot of things to fight. I am against illegal immigration out of one sanctuary cities. I want to cut taxes on the corporations and on the billionaires. I want to get rid of a lot of socialist programs, especially the ones that collect money to shave men's legs, trans men's legs. Oh, boy. We're going to cut funding to education. Putting money to education seems to just make the problem worse and worse and worse. I think we got to figure something out. We got to figure out why the system is not working. I think we have way too many people not working. I think the way that they tax corporations is just not the way to do it. When I say we're going to make tax cuts, it's not going to be tax cuts that, oh, you know what, you're going to remove this, and that. No, any tax cut that we're going to remove is anything new that they are starting to do for the 2026. There's corporations that have left. Amazon left and took about 15, about 10 to 15,000 jobs with them, okay? And we can't afford that. We cannot afford that. We want companies to come in here and, you know, get established. Washington is beautiful. I love Washington. I love the deserts in Washington. I love the green fields of Washington. I love the rivers. I love the lakes. The Puget Sound. Everything is beautiful. You know, I know towards the East Coast, there's a lot of desert, mountainous, rock, you know, all this stuff. But it's still beautiful. You're still in the United States of America. And, well, if you don't like that kind of living, of course, you can always move to a different city. But I can tell you, people love Washington. And that's why we need to fight for it. So with that being said, let's go ahead and continue to listen to this story.
In turn, generates and ripples through the economy.
What industry would feel the biggest hit if Somalis were to leave Minnesota?
I have a feeling retail probably could be first because of that massive consumer income.
All right. First of all, I love how she says, customers are lured into this wonderful Somali restaurant, and then you see it, and it's like the most depressing, emptiest restaurant you've ever seen in your life. Customers are lured by the droves into this restaurant, and then behind.
All right, I did not say that. Love from Spokane, critical thinker. Welcome, my friend. 519, baby, represent. So is my sister. She's in here somewhere. I think she's still in here. My sister Rush Babe is from Eastern Washington. So good to hear you, Washingtonian, man. I love that. They need to end No Child Left Behind from the 90s. Let dumb kids fail. Chris, Drac, be nice, man. You're worse than I am. Well, this guy right here is worse than both of us combined. But bro, you got a point there, my friend. You got a point there, man. Yeah, man. Listen, there's some stuff that I wish that I can share, but it sounds like some of my kids' classmates be watching my channel. So I don't want to say too much about my family and the things that we go through in my family. But believe me, I know what you mean, Draco. I know what you mean, bro.
There's nobody. There's no one. It's just a bunch of empty tables, fluorescent lights in this small, dingy little restaurant. And then we get a look at the mystery meat cooking on the grill. Customers are lured by the tantalizing scent of what I can only assume are goat innards. She forgot to mention that they're lured to another restaurant. But they peer into the place and they're like, "What is this?" And then they're lured to the Chipotle down the street. That's what ends up happening. So that restaurant is keeping Chipotle open down the street. That's the service it's providing. And look, I mean, why would anyone go to a Somali restaurant? Unless you're Somalian, I suppose. But even then, if you're in America, I mean, one of the advantages is there's a lot of much better food available. So you think you'd go somewhere else. When I think about places where I really want to try their cuisine, Somalia does not come to mind. That's the kind of place where if you were to ever visit that place, you would make sure to bring a lot of like energy bars and Chex Mix so that you can live on that. You don't have to eat any of the food. But more to the point, they give us the numbers. So they're trying to argue that Somalians contribute so much to the community. And so they actually give us some numbers. And what are the contributions that they list? Well, they're not claiming that Somalians are innovating in any way. They're not claiming that, they're not saying, well, hey, look, here's these Somalian scientists who've invented this thing, or here's a bunch of Somalian doctors who are performing heart surgeries. They're not saying that. Instead, they're telling us that Somalians are paying taxes, generating income, and buying stuff, which, of course, is the bare minimum that any group would meet. Right? That's not like, if that's all you're doing, well, any group, Americans already do that. Okay, so we don't need to bring people in here to buy stuff. The idea that, well, we can't get rid of Somalians, who's going to buy the stuff? Americans know how to buy stuff. We got that covered.
Oh, yeah.
And why do we need to bring in foreigners from 8,000 miles away who are broker than us? What if the argument is we want to pump money into the economy because we won't need people to buy stuff? So we're going to bring in like these impoverished masses from the third world to buy the stuff for us?
Yeah.
That doesn't make a lot of sense.
It doesn't.
Well, let's look at the numbers. He says that, well, first of all, we got that economist, supposedly, says that Somalians could account for $8 billion in economic impact.
Interesting.
Well, what does that mean? Could account for $8 billion in, quote, economic impact. Okay, well, I could account for $8 billion in economic impact all by myself. I'm not saying I do. I could. If somebody says, hey, man, do you account for $8 billion in economic impact? I could say, I could. I could. I mean, it's logically possible. It's possible that I could. There's a world, there's a universe in which maybe that would happen. It's not physically impossible. It doesn't defy the laws of physics. I could account for $50 trillion in economic impact. I could. And what does economic impact mean? Like hurricanes have an economic impact. Tornadoes have economic impact. A bank robber has an economic impact. What is economic impact? Bernie Madoff had an economic impact. What do you mean impact? Impact like an impact crater? Impact like an asteroid? What kind of impact are we talking about? And how do you qualify that? How do you quantify it? Well, he doesn't explain. So that you could just disregard. That doesn't mean anything. We just disregard it. And he doesn't provide any evidence for it. He's not even sure that his numbers are right. That's why I say, well, he could. It could be this. We get one really solid, verifiable number. Actually, we get two. He says Somalians pay $67 million in taxes. Okay. Well, finally, we have a number. All right. That's a solid number. That's a thing we can look at. We can verify it. Well, let's dig into it. $67 million in taxes. Okay, we know that there are about, and there's probably a lot more than this, but let's just say there are 80,000 Somalians. I've seen estimates of 100,000, 150,000, certainly 100,000 I've seen, which I think you could, it's certainly more than whatever the official estimate is. And so if the official estimate is 100,000, you could probably assume it's like 150,000, maybe even double that. Who knows? But let's just go with 80,000. Let's just pretend it's 80,000. Okay, fine. Do some simple math. $67 million, that's the taxes they pay, local and state, divided by 80,000 people. Well, that works out to about $800 a person. Okay? So by their numbers, Somalians contribute less than $900 a person to local and state taxes combined. I'm sure you understand that is incredibly low. That's actually lower than I thought it would be. I assumed that it would be something very low. But if you had asked me to guess, I would have said, oh, they probably, on average pay a couple thousand. I don't know. So what I learned from these numbers is I had a higher opinion of the Somali community in Minnesota than was actually justified according to the numbers. I was optimistic. Okay, the guy that's been ranting about Somalians for months. Okay, I was dumping on the Somalians way before it was cool. And am I proud of that? Yeah, I absolutely am. But even me, I looked at that, I'm like, it's that bad? Wow. And so I guess.
Now, I don't know about the math that he's doing right there. I missed it because I was talking to my wife about something important. But he said $900 is what they pay in taxes per person average. Well, and that's not much when you count how much benefits they're getting. So what are they? I mean, just in healthcare alone, is going to be tens of thousands of dollars per person. SNAP, food, cash. And we just talked about this $4,500 if you're pregnant. I mean, think about it. That you're going to tell me that we are worried about what? Having them buy clothes? There was a car dealer that was making the claim of, if illegal immigrants get deported, that they will lose about 10% of their sales in cars. And number one, they know they're illegal and they're selling cars to them with a license that they don't have. I doubt that 10% of the people that come and buy cars at the dealers are actual business illegal immigrants that have a license in their country. They're just going to buy a new car, cash, and then drive it down. I think that's the dumbest thing that I have heard any dealer, man, say because of illegal immigrants being deported. But Walsh, you got a point, my friend. I'm not going to steal your show. That is your thunder. Thank you for sharing. Let's see. What else do we have in Somalia?
My name is Suleiman Adan, Suleiman. Last name Adan, Adan. I'm the Deputy Executive Director here at Care, Minnesota. Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. We call this person.
This guy is the Executive Deputy Director?
Conference because over the last few days we've seen a sharp rise in threats, harassments, and openly hostile rhetoric directed at specifically at the Somali American Minnesotan community here in the great state of Minnesota. Words like garbage being used by the President of the United States to describe immigrants, specifically Somali immigrants, are not political drama. This language has consequences, travels into our classrooms, our mosques.
So those bigots and racists and devils and evil white people, who gives a shit about your community?
Our workplaces and our neighborhoods. It creates fear, it emboldens extremists, and it puts real people in danger. Minnesota's Somali community.
Isn't it weird when they defend themselves, but when they do it against us, it's okay?
It is a vital part of the state. We are your teachers. We are your nurses. We're your educators. We are your students.
We don't want you to be our teachers. We don't need you to be nurses. You get the hell out of our country.
Your truck drivers. We help.
Especially truck drivers. Get the hell out of our country.
This city, this great city, and this great state run. With that, I want to begin by introducing our first speaker. We have a number of speakers with us today. Our Director of Civil.
So wait, Dracon is from there, from Minnesota. I guess he will support them in this case. JC has 78,000 homeless in Los Angeles. Phew, yeah, man, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Joshua says, oh, too bad, Joshua. Cotton Edge got a super chat. They just make for a person like $10,000 a year. All they do is laundry money. $900 a year in taxes is nothing. That's true, bro. That's true. I pay like $12,000 a year, and you don't get any money back. You don't get taxes back. And that's the thing, that these people get refunds. That's the thing that people don't point out. See, people always look at how much taxes they're paying. But when you look at the income that they're making, nobody talks about the tax returns that these people get. Nobody talks about that. I can guarantee you, out of $8 billion that they are putting into our economy, they're taking over $100 billion out of our economy. Easily. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but you know what I mean.
Rights, Alex Shaw will be joining us momentarily as well. I'll be introducing our first speaker, Mr. John Hussein, Executive Director of Care, Minnesota.
And because of the system allowing them to be that lazy, there's a lot of gangs and violence in Somali communities. Draco, you can pitch in if you're still in here. Let us know if that is something that's happening over there. This is what I have heard from reports in the Somalian communities.
JAYLANIHUSSEIN, Executive Director of Care Minnesota, Jelani Hussein. We are here yet again after President Trump has now almost every single day targeted the Somali American community. In the past,
if you actually took care of your people, if you held them accountable, he wouldn't have to say anything. But how long do you think that you're going to keep robbing us? Did you guys forget about USAID? Did you guys forget about how those closed down USAID, and all of a sudden Somalia's economy just went down the shithole? We all know that. They were supporting terrorists in Somalia. So who gives a shit what they think? They can go back to Somalia and they can go live their Sharia law like they want and go be there. Don't worry. We have plenty of people that we can put over there in Minnesota. You guys don't need to be there.
24 hours, we have learned that there will be additional ICE agents targeting this particular community.
Heath is here? Oh, I didn't see the blue.
We have...
Oh, hey, brother, what's going on? Good to see you in here. I didn't see the blue, so I didn't recognize the white letters, but I see you, brother. Welcome.
Since this past 12 hours heard from many of our community who are not only deeply concerned, but we have now seen individuals in our community recording interactions with ICE. We've already heard of, as expected and as announced before, U.S. citizens being asked about their citizenship. The Somali American community came to Minnesota around the early 1990s, like myself in 1993. We've been in this country for now 30 plus years. And we came here because of the great generosity of this great country and by
I
the
bet
president,
you did.
George.
They came over here by the generosity of this country. Of course you did. Of course, every migrant comes to the country for the generosity of this country. That is exactly why they come here. I wish that one day they will say, we came here because we wanted to be part of making America great, because we wanted to be part of a system that allows us to work and freely work, pay taxes, and be like Americans. But that's not what they're here for. They're here to be the fabric of this country by smooching of the government benefits, out of taking American citizens' money. That's what they're here. That's his own mouth. His own mouth. Why did you come here? Imagine this in an interview. Imagine this. All right, here, let me see. Let me pick on somebody here. Let me pick on saltwater. Saltwater. Why do you want to come to the United States of America? And he tells me, well, you have a generous country, and I would love to be there because the welfare system is very nice, and because I'm poor, you're going to give me free health care. Oh, hey, saltwater? Sure. Come on in. This is exactly what we're looking for. We are looking for people to do just that. Why did you come to this country again?
In the past 24 hours, we have learned that there will be additional ICE agents targeting this particular community. We have, since this past 12 hours, heard from many of our community who are not only deeply concerned, but we have now seen individuals in our community recording interactions with ICE. We've already heard of,
that's right, Josh,
as expected and as announced before, U.S. citizens being asked about their citizenship. The Somali American community came to Minnesota around the early 1990s, like
for
myself
what?
in 1993.
Why'd you come here?
We've been in this country for now 30 plus years.
Why'd you come here?
And we came here because of the great generosity of this great country.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Thank you.
And by President George Bush Sr., who opened the door for immigration from Somalia. This past 12 hours...
you're no longer a member. No, I only have Trinity is the only moderator on here, and I think Robert snuck in there because I didn't have anybody earlier. But yeah, those are the only two people right now.
We've seen the ICE increase. We are here today, this morning, reassuring our community.
Hey, oh, I thought they removed, okay.
About their rights. This is something that we have been telling the community. We are asking for predominantly our Somali American community as well as other immigrant communities to listen to this press conference today as we share some really critical basic information. Most of this information has been publicly available, but we are reminding people of these basic facts about their rights. I'm really honored to have two of one of the premier organizations that have been supporting the immigrant community here. There are many other organizations, obviously, but these are two phenomenal organizations, the Advocates for Human Rights and the Immigrant Law Center of Minnesota. They will briefly talk more about some of those aspects and more. We are reminding our community.
Thanks for the super chat, brother. And look at the NGO cartel in the back of car mark as part of the Muslim Brotherhood ban in Texas. Oh, is that right? I don't know about that, man. I haven't looked too deep into this. All I can tell you is I'm a self-moderator, says Iceman. Iceman, I'm dangerous. I am dangerous. Yeah, no, Cutting Edge, he's a big supporter of my channel. I appreciate him. Let's see, I was going to say something to one of you guys. What was it? Oh, thank you, Seek. Seek says, smash that like button. Hey, guys, if you have been on my channel, please do click that like button. I want to take a little break here, moment, to give all of my members that have joined my channel a little bit of recognition. Thank you for being members of my channel. For those who subscribe, thank you for subscribing, guys. You are special to me. I appreciate your support. Thank you for liking and maybe even sharing this video. I appreciate you all. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Guys, I want to let you know I'm not perfect. Nothing in my show is scripted. If I read anything, it will be like articles and things like that I'm giving you. But everything that I do is just what I do, baby. It's just what I do. I interact and I feed off of your feedback. And of course, I do my homework and I got some things to show you. Wait, Time, you're not in there? Yeah, you are. You are in there. You didn't see it. No, you better be in there. Man, I'm gonna have to look at it. Okay, if you're not in there, I know I made a new one, so maybe I just have to upload it again. Let me see. Just for that. Let's see. Where are you? Nah, man, I appreciate you. You are in there. Where is my updated one? Oh, that's funny. I can find it now. Maybe I didn't load it up. Let's see. Oh, you know what? That's what it is. Well, some bitch. All right, check this out. You're probably going to like this one better anyway. There we go. All right, guys, let me see some emojis. Emojis coming up. Here we go. You're right, I think. My bad. We'll have to redo for my Patriot because my veteran deserves it. There you go. There you go. All right, I didn't put music on it looks like. I didn't hear any music come out of it, so. All right, there you go. Your name is on there, man. My bad. That was my fault. I think I didn't put music on it because the intention was that I was going to play the music as it went on. So that's close. I know, man. Without the music, though, what a damn shame. What a damn shame. All right, let me do another 10, 15 seconds. Ah, man, I got to find some better music for that video there. But you can see I've been working on it. I forgot to upload it. I guess I have to update it. That's what it was. But yeah, that's what I was working on. And one day I am going to work on something different. I will also be there with President Trump doing that dance. We'll see how it comes out. But, man, I love it. You know what? I tell you what, nothing makes me happier than when I start seeing you guys, when I play music, when I start playing videos or whatever with music, and I start seeing your emojis going up. That's amazing. I really, really enjoy that. I really like it. You guys are amazing, man. And Trinity knows. I talk to her, and I tell her, like, I don't know how else to tell these guys thank you. I really have no words. You guys have no idea. I think that it's good sometimes to have some haters come in here, because when you guys are not here, I do miss you, because there's a lot of hate that people throw on me, and so when my patrons are not on, it's just me, and well, it's not as fun when it's everything negative. And I don't have my patrons with me. It's like I went to war without my army, so to speak. You guys are my people, especially all my native descents that come in here. You guys are special to me. Let's see. Heath. I saw Heath in here somewhere. I don't see him. Heath is being drowned by emojis. Could have swore I saw his name in. Oh, there you are. I stopped giving money to Turning Point USA and MAGA because they keep bugging. Seems like I can never give enough. Oh, yeah. The emails and stuff, I don't read the emails, brother. I gave what I was going to give, and, well, that's all I can give, and that's it. If you guys can't support memberships, don't worry about that. It's all good. You guys are still my people. Don't worry about that. I appreciate you, obviously, doing it, because that's money for sure, money that I know that I can count on, sort of, to be able to pay bills. So I appreciate that, guys. Don't worry about that. Heath, you're my brother. You don't have to worry about it, okay? Tanya says she fell asleep. My army of patriots. It's just it's not like a real army, man. Don't take it all seriously, okay? It's just people that we have come together. We are like an army in here. Oh, is it better to just say like my family? I don't have my family here. Is that a better word? All right, we'll go with family, not army. I know I went to Pete Hex on these people. My bad. I went to Department of War. I'm just so excited about our military nowadays. I forget it's family. It's family.
That they have rights. We anticipate, or we have believe that Somali Americans in Minnesota, particularly, over 90% are pathways to citizenship, and most of them are citizens of the United States. We also believe that, based on the 2020 census, over 51% of the Somali community were born here, which means the ICE raids will have significantly be actually used as a weapon to terrorize the community, but not actually even do what they claim to be doing, which is this. What I want to also remind to the larger community.
Oh, no, sir. They will find out who's been committing fraud, and they will come after them. And if the asylum gets revoked, or whatever the hell it is that they're getting revoked, they gotta go.
Community today, predominantly our allies and folks and neighbors. This is a moment for you to know how you can stand up and support your Somali American neighbor. One of those things is to understand that we are a nation of laws, and
you guys don't care about us. Shut up. I think we had about enough of this guy. Any Muslims in here? Any Muslims in the chat? Ah, man. Hey, Heath, take a look at this fishing boat. Look at that fishing boat. That's a good-looking fishing boat right there. This is what Democrats call a fishing boat. All right, let's go ahead and put this away right here. All right, Judge Janine, sorry I've been putting you off for so long. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, here to react is none other than Judge Janine Pirro, of course, D.C. U.S. Attorney. Judge, this is a huge deal. Americans, I think, had...
Patriots, if you're at East Coast, please, by all means, don't worry. You don't have to stay up late with me. Go on and get your rest. Thank you for being with me in the daytime. If you can't make it in the daytime and you can make it in the afternoon, that's great. Sometimes that's why I don't do afternoons anymore, because we do a very long day in the morning. But I try to get on in the afternoon just to keep you updated anyways. So don't worry about it. Salt, thanks for being with us, brother. Have a good night. I understand.
Begun to think this would never be solved. This case would never be... people would never feel good about this because of what happened. Explain the key piece of information in your mind that cracked this case.
Well, Americans had a right to feel that this case would never be solved, because it was clear that the Biden administration did not make this a priority. Within a couple of months of the finding of these pipe bombs, they pulled agents off this case. When President Trump came in, he made a decision that he was going to reinvigorate the investigation. Kash Patel, Dan Bongino made a decision that we were going to look at this, reanalyze evidence. And what I said there was clear. 3 million pieces of data, and we had to find the commonality. We had to find what was common when you had a pipe bomb made of a pipe, end caps, wires that were red and black, as well as a 9-volt battery and some, there was also
these
some
are common items.
These are very common
You find them around
items.
the house.
But for example, there were end caps that we had to analyze. 233,000 of those end caps were sold. We had to, the FBI, to their credit, Kash Patel, Dan Bongino did an incredible job. All of the agents did. They looked at every one of these end caps, found out who bought them, and tried to figure out who was the common person with the end caps, with the pipes.
Cell phone pings.
Cell phone pings that connected with the defendant walking along that area with the video that we had. When we had the pings, when we realized that his cell phone is pinging exactly where he's walking, we knew we had someone. But we didn't stop there. We had to get all of his receipts. He's been buying these equipment, this kind of equipment, since 2019. And by the way, this is a guy who kind of has a very low
profile.
life. Yes, he lives with his mother, his family.
Bail
he does
bondsman office.
bail bondsman that his father owns. He does very little. But this investigation was reinvigorated. There was a determination here, and I have never seen agents work around the clock. With prosecutors from my office, every time they found a piece of evidence, we would get the search warrant. And make no mistake, we're going to take this case across the finish line. This is solid, Laura, as solid as they get.
Mark Warner was watching the press conference today, Senator Warner, and he seemed to kind of downplay the importance of this. I think we have the soundbite. Let's watch.
It kind of makes me, looking at this crowd, doing a victory lap when all the senior FBI officials across all key divisions have been fired for political purposes. It's a little rich that they're saying America's safer. How much earlier could we have caught this guy if resources hadn't been diverted?
How much earlier? Well, maybe he should talk about the fact that the Biden administration had this. That's how much earlier, Senator. You had 4 years to solve it, and you didn't. So I don't want to hear this nonsense from the Democrats. This case was solved because of President Trump.
Good night. God bless you, Salt. Thanks for your love and support, brother. Be good.
And this administration making it a priority. And Laura, the well-being of any society depends upon whether or not people feel safe. And people feel safe when we do and we will make the criminal accountable. And that's what we did. No one else did that. So don't allow politics to enter into this, other than if he wants to talk about Biden.
I mean, that was just
dumb.
A stupid comment. He usually doesn't make comments that are that stupid, but that was pretty stupid. What else do we know about Brian Cole? I mean, the neighbors say that he liked to walk his Chihuahua dog, I guess.
Yeah.
He had a dog. We
surveilled him.
2013 Virginia high school graduate.
Right.
I guess did not, as far as we know, didn't go to college. But do we know anything else about his social media habits or his political affiliation? Anything?
Look, what I can tell you is that
She's awesome.
He was always wearing his headphones. He would take his dog out. He'd go to the 7-Eleven. He was very, as you say, low-key, low-profile. There wasn't a lot going on. His closest friends are his family. He lives with his mom and his sisters. He would go to work for a few hours a day. His father had a bail bondsman company. And he was just a very low-key person that you would never expect.
Friends?
Not a lot of social media. No, not a lot. No,
any priors or prior
no
arrests?
priors, no.
So I mean, if I see this, I think someone who lived a lot online, maybe didn't have a big social circle.
You're right. You're right. He's that quiet individual.
Like some of those haters that come into our chat, guys.
That you would never imagine could put a pipe bomb, put it together. And by the way, when we
you
went
learn
in
that
this
on the
morning,
internet, by the way. You don't learn that usually in a book.
But when the FBI went in this morning, they found a lot of other products and pieces for pipe bombs.
Like what?
Other pipes, other wires, other timers. He was into this, very much into this.
Judge, when you think about the legal obstacles that have been thrown at this administration, whether the challenge to the National Guard in D.C., the D.C. Appeals Court today gave not a ruling on the merits, but it wasn't bad news for the administration on the National Guard question. I think that's going to get overturned. The district court saying it has to pull the National Guard out. Yeah. But is it surprising to you that there has been such pushback from the Democrats on the law fighting aspect of this, crime fighting aspect?
What's surprising to me, Laura, is that when we came here, the president's mission was to make D.C. safe and beautiful again. We have, as a result of the surge, there's been over 6,700 arrests, almost 700 weapons taken off the street. The homicides have been reduced by 50, 60%. Carjackings, robberies, crime is down. Who doesn't want a peaceful place to live, to have a family, to go to work, to have a business? So when Democrats push back on that issue, it's all about politics and ideology and power. Everyone in Washington that I come across is grateful for the fact that the president has brought in law enforcement from all over the country. And you know what? Today I was at a memorial for Sarah Beckstrom. God bless that young woman. She was a true patriot. She answered the call for people she didn't even know, Laura. And we will continue to fight the fight to make D.C. safe.
On that Afghan National Guard shooting, the Daily Beast is reporting that Rahmanullah Lakhwanal was blackmailed by the Taliban. A hit squad threatened to murder his family in Afghanistan if he didn't open fire on troops in D.C. Do you know anything about that, Daily Beast
I know nothing
report?
about that, but let me explain something to you. Conspiracy theories seem to abound lately. My job in prosecuting him is to follow the evidence and to make sure that the evidence and the law are explained to a jury that will then make a decision. This is another solid case. We've got solid cases, solid evidence. We're protecting the people of the district. Both the president and Attorney General Pam Bondi have made it very clear what our charge is, and we are following through on it. And God bless the men and women in law enforcement. They have no reservation or hesitation about getting the job done, and they're doing it. And they ought to kiss the ground that the president decided to make D.C. safe again, because this place was wild. Wild.
No, I've lived here for a long time. It was safe for a while, and then it got much more dangerous.
The fourth highest murder rate 2 years ago in the country.
Unacceptable. Back to the pipe bomb suspect. Do we think he acted alone? Do we think he's a lone wolf or connections to other organizations?
The investigation continues, and we're still, in the beginning of all this. But, it's something that we certainly will continue to look toward. But right now, he seems to be it. But if anyone has any information they want to call the FBI, then we are certainly, looking forward to receiving it. Our job right now, as you know, when you indict a case or when you charge, the evidence gathering does not end. It continues right up until the day of trial.
Any sense that he was planning anything else?
No sense at this point.
Well, Judge, you're doing an unbelievable job, and I know you left New York, you left Fox, to go into the belly of the beast in D.C., and you get a lot of grief for it, but the results speak for themselves.
I think so.
And
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Thank you, Laura.
You're an American hero, Judge. Thank you.
Now we're going to go ahead and jump into a little live feed that I found in here. Let's see what this is about. What is this?
Given that the outlaws do this.
No collaboration.
Police oversight because just like as we come here.
No collaboration with ICE or DHS. Kids, don't grow up to be like these idiots. Seriously, this whole protesting thing is just a lot of fatigue nowadays.
Let's go. Out the back. Let's go.
Everybody's got to exit.
Pull up ice. Pull up ice. Pull up ice.
It's not a crime to tell you to go fuck yourself.
I'm gonna arrest somebody. Okay, that's what that is. That is useless information. These guys are just idiots. No, man, these guys keep saying that, well, on the bad news, guys, federal grand jury declines to indict New York AG Letitia James on mortgage fraud charges. Very interesting. If that was President Donald Trump, I am sure they will not rest until he was behind bars and impeached from serving in government. Guys, if you have been with me this long, I want to say thank you for your love, for your support. I may see you in the morning. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow night. Guys, thank you so much for being here with me. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Thanks for the likes. Members, thank you for being members, for the support. Thank you all for your love. I want to wish you guys to have a good night. Thank you for being with me tonight. You are the best. America first. Don't stop fighting to tell the truth and continue to support your wonderful, beautiful country, the great U.S. of A. Home of the free. God bless you. God bless your family. God bless the USA. Have a good night.